Hey, what's up everybody? BDO44 coming at you with another video. Alright, so normally I do more homework on the Phoenix Suns or a team that the Lakers are about to play because we do have a game tonight, in-season tournament game 1 for the Lakers at Footprint Arena in Phoenix. But I ain't doing any homework on the Phoenix Suns. You know why? Because the Lakers have depleted me of my desire to do so. I need to be rejuvenated by some good play because they didn't show up in the last game, and I'm having a hard time showing up for this one, even though it's an in-season tournament game. And we really want to do well in this tournament. It might be coming in at the worst possible time, given the fact that we're playing our worst possible ball. A lot has been said about our team breaking records, being the worst first quarter team in the history of the NBA. No exaggeration, we're the worst. And we're also the worst shooting percentage team in the NBA in regards to three-point shooting. Through the first 8 games, I think we're the only team in the NBA, I don't know if it's in history or just this year, who has shot fewer shots than every one of our opponents from behind the arc, but still managed to shoot a lower percentage from that vantage point. We're just horrible, man. To be honest with you, the fact that we won 3 games, I tell y'all, the 3 games we played in that we won, we sucked in. We just so happened to win those games, and I don't have a whole lot of faith in them right now at all. Looking at what we have going on, Jackson Hayes and Anthony Davis are questionable, right? Even though Anthony Davis wanted to play in the last one, his body wouldn't allow him to. We need that size going up against the Phoenix Suns. They got Yusef Nurkic, they got Bol, they got a few other guys as well. Eubanks, some really good size down there. And of course, after a nice long stint of injury, they got Bradley Beal back in the last game against the Chicago Bulls, where he played 24 minutes. He is expected to be probable for tonight, along with Jordan Goodwin, who will be available, who actually kicked our butts pretty good, if I'm not mistaken, in the preseason. He played very well against us. So we did win our last matchup against the Phoenix Suns. One of the few games that we won. We played terrible in it, but LeBron James was able to, drive to the basket for a nice couple of layups down the stretch of the basketball game to win it for us. Otherwise, we played horrible against Phoenix early in the season. And we get a chance to see them in our second matchup with them. Of course, it will be, again, in their floor. They're going to have their purple play-in tournament season floor dawned on the ground for the first time. So we'll get a chance to see what that Valley floor looks like, which isn't that great looking of a floor, if you ask me. I just got a glance at it, but we're going to see it tonight, and it should be what it is that they're going to be proud to have out there. So, at the end of the day, man, it's the Phoenix Suns, man. You're dealing with Kevin Durant, who's had some embarrassing losses against us, against San Antonio, but he didn't have his guy Bradley Beal. Devin Booker and Bradley Beal can't seem to get on the floor at the same time. As soon as Bradley Beal comes back, Devin Booker gets hurt. Devin Booker will not be playing this evening, so that is very good news for the Lakers. But we still got to deal with the rest of their team, man. Phoenix Suns got guys like Eric Gordon, who's played pretty well in the preseason, even though he struggled against us and struggled in the regular season. I don't expect he's going to struggle much longer. It's just one of those situations where you got to respect the Phoenix Suns as a whole. Even though they don't have their full spectrum of players, they do have 2 superstars, and that's probably enough for them to get victories. They did beat the Bulls. So my Los Angeles Lakers look so bad against the Houston Rockets. I did not go back and look at any of the stats. I don't care to. All I know is we're giving up a bunch of offensive rebounds. We're continuing to suck from behind the arc, and we didn't have a whole lot of good going on there. It was one of the most lackluster basketball games we've ever seen our team play, and they knew they were going into it without their players. Now, this is something that the Darvin Ham-led team did last year, too. When you know you don't have a chance of winning, so you don't come out and try, that is something that is consistent with Darvin Ham-led teams, unfortunately, as I saw that happen several times last year when we were depleted. I want to see us compete even though we think we can't win. Even though it looks like the matchups suck, we should still have the pride to wear purple and gold and go out there and get victories. I got it on my chest wearing with pride. They need to go out there and have it on their chest with pride. And given the fact that this is a tournament game with money on the line for those who win the dang tournament, I expect our team to come out and give it a try at least. Can we get a try? Because I didn't see a whole lot of trying in that last game outside of Rui Hachimura, who went 10 of 14 and shot very well in his first game back from injury. Now, I know a lot of guys are still going to be out with injury, but hopefully we can at least get our size back with Jackson Hayes and Anthony Davis, or at least one of them playing tonight. Can we get one of them? At this point, my frustration level is really high with the Lakers. I'm happy to be 3-5 because that is a very good record for a team that's playing as poorly as we have. But at the end of the day, like I said, if it wasn't for LeBron James playing absolutely fantastic throughout the course of these games, we wouldn't have had much. And even he didn't have his greatest game against the Rockets because, quite honestly, it was a game where the whole team didn't really want to play, man. Nobody really wanted to play that game. And as a result, we got our butts whooped. Now, I don't know what's up with Austin Reeves, but I would love for him to have a bounce-back game. He's been so all hot and cold all year long. Even when he played great, he's missing clutch buckets. It's just a bad start to his season for sure. And, we're missing the guys like Gabe Vincent and Vanderbilt and Jalen Hood-Schifino. Torian Prince is back. We're happy about that. So maybe this is the beginning of us getting our guys back. If we have AD on the floor, Jackson Hayes on the floor, Rui on the floor, Torian on the floor, we're slowly starting to get healthy again. Now we're only waiting for like 3 people as opposed to 6. So hopefully that can be the case. I do not want Anthony Davis to play if he's not 100%, because what we don't want is to start the process of him having setbacks. Oh, I can play and you can't. You go out there, pull it a little further, and then you're out for 6 games. I don't want that. Let it heal properly. You are who you are, Anthony. I know you would love to have Wolverine's rejuvenation, superhuman power, but that is not your gift. So you just got to let your body heal, man. And if it ain't healing properly, just like we said, sometimes flights worsen that. You take a flight from Florida to Texas, and it's not going to go well for you trying to heal in that with the injury. And now you got to fly from Texas to Phoenix again. You would much rather be on a homestand with something like that to recover, sleeping in your own bed, etc. So that just hasn't been the luxury for Anthony, and he's a big guy. We know how that goes. So hopefully he'll be good enough to play tonight, but given the fact that he's questionable and trying to kind of force his way back, I would prefer he not. Even though we need him, I just know that the bigger picture is we need him to be 100% healthy. And so if he's going to start the process of having setbacks and we're only 9 games into the season, he probably won't make it through the season, and that is a big problem for the Lakers. So, yeah, man, I don't know what's going on as far as these injuries. Jalen Hood-Schifino, from what I understand, is a knee. I don't know how far into this knee injury process it is. I don't know how bad it is, but we certainly don't want it to get worse. So keep sitting, young fella. Vanderbilt has a heel. That seems kind of strange to me. How did the heel get injured in the preseason? It seems like a strange injury. And, I don't really know what's wrong with Jackson Hayes. I honestly have no idea. I didn't even check. But with him being questionable, hopefully he'll be ready to go. I think he fell, though. He fell on his backside. He seemed to jump back up from it pretty good, but he landed on his backside rather hard in one of those games. So I'm wondering if it's a tailbone or a butt injury or something like that. But just me guessing. At any rate, Lakers got the Phoenix Suns tonight. We know this Phoenix Suns team has plenty of motivation to want to beat us because we did beat them early in the season. We did beat them in the preseason, if I'm not mistaken. So we know this team. We've seen them, and they haven't had their full spectrum of players. But KD's been out there wearing and tearing, trying to drag them along. And he's playing well, but, he needs more help than just himself at this stage in his career. So with Bradley Beal coming back, they don't know each other. They've never played with one another but one game at this point. So it's kind of difficult to really say that they're going to come out and be as good as we expect them to be several months from now. But I do expect that those two very, very talented pros will likely put up 30 apiece on us tonight. That's a pretty safe bet. So we had better be ready for Bradley Beal to do a lot of good scoring. And if we can't hit shots and out-execute him, he and KD will definitely put us on ice. So that's really what it is, man. I'm totally against the Los Angeles Lakers giving up offensive rebounds. We have given up double-digit offensive rebounds in just about every game since we left Staples Center / Crypto, man. We cannot seem to get any defensive rebounds within reason, man. Second chance points are the biggest problem for us. We're getting killed on the glass. So I need our guys to get out there and do that, man. Guys like Rui Hachimura, Austin Reeves, you got to clash the glass, man. Torian Prince, anything less than 5 rebounds apiece from y'all is not going to be acceptable tonight. That's it. I need everybody to have 5 rebounds apiece, man. And if that's not your goal on this squad, then you are definitely going to contribute to the problem. So that would be my goal if I were Coach Ham. Nobody should have less than 5 boards, not a single soul. If I'm putting you on this floor, you had better make sure you get a rebound. I don't care how you do it. I don't care what you do. Just make sure that you get the board. Anybody have less than 5 is a problem. And I know that's going to be the case because we're a bad rebounding team, but that should be the goal. All of our guys are capable of rebounding. D'Angelo Russell, you should have 5 boards. Austin Reeves, you should have 5 boards. Torian Prince, 5 boards. Anthony Davis, definitely if you play more than 5 boards. But, Bron James, obviously you need more too. So these are the type of things that I think these players are capable of. And they need to be crashing that glass. We know Nurkic is going to crash it. Ebanks is going to crash it. We expect this. KD's going to get his rebounds. We expect this. But we need to be fighting for those boards with absolute intentions tonight. And know that this is a tournament game. Know that winning this tournament should mean something to you. Obviously, we don't expect to win it given the fact of when it's happening and how bad we're playing. But it's one game at a time. It's throughout the course of the whole month. And this is our first one. So I expect for us to come out with some pride, come out with some energy, come out with some rejuvenation based on how much they've been shamed about that Rockets game and how bad they looked on it, and try to get a game on this road trip. I'm ashamed of myself for saying that I thought we could sweep the road trip when we're 0-3 on the road trip. It's a 4-game road trip, and we've lost all of them thus far. So it's like, y'all really made me look stupid when I said that. But we played Orlando, who wasn't that great of a team, the Miami Heat, who've been struggling, and the Houston Rockets, who are not supposed to be a good team, but have turned into one overnight. So it's like, why wouldn't I think that at the beginning of the road trip that we should win all those games? We should have won all of those games, if not for the injuries and not for lackluster rebounding specifically, and poor three-point shooting, obviously. So if Darvin Ham ain't figured out that he needs to switch up his starting lineup, and people are telling you through 8 games you're the worst first quarter team in the history of the sport, the worst first quarter team in the history of the sport, Darvin Ham. Obviously, your starting lineup needs to be tweaked, sir. Quite a bit. So I don't want to see Torian Prince in the starting lineup. Put Rui in there. If you got to move Bron to the 3 and put Rui at the 4 and AD at the 5, you do that. If you got to take Austin Reeves out of that starting lineup, put somebody else in there, you do that. I don't give a damn what you do. But you don't start out there with the same crap you've been running when people are telling you it's the worst thing they've ever seen. That's it. Ain't deeper than that. That's when you know you need to make a decision that you haven't made. You got to put some people on the floor that you haven't played. That's it. I don't care if you start Castleton. Something has to change with that first quarter. We can't come out and continue to be a minus whatever the hell. It can't be. We're like basically a -10 every first quarter, bro. So that, Darvin Ham, if he wants to have support throughout the course of the season, he's going to have to turn around that narrative, man. He's going to have to get these guys motivated about playing Laker basketball. A guy like, and this is my problem. And we talked about this a lot in the post-game video of the Rockets game. I got Christian Wood on my team. Christian Wood is an offensive talent. He's going to hit shots. He's one of the most talented scorers we got. If not, next to Bron and AD, the most talented scorer we got. AD's out. Hayes out. All the other guys at Vando out. All those guys we already mentioned, gone. Why am I not going to Christian Wood and saying, this your night, bro. This your old team, the Rockets. You played great for them. This is your old arena. You're comfortable here. I'm running plays for you. Why isn't that something instinctually that this coach, why wasn't he doing that? Like, this is the game. You make sure that Christian Wood attempts 15 shots. You run the stuff that you run for Anthony, for Christian in this game instinctually because you know you need scoring. Instinctually because you know you need the length. Instinctually because you know he's been scoring well. He has been hitting shots at a clip that if you gave him 15 shots, he'd probably hit 8 of them. This is what he's been doing on a lesser scale because you haven't been featuring him. And you send him out there and he only attempts 1 shot? Shouldn't the pregame conversation between you and that player be, yo, I want you to score tonight. This is your night. Show your old team what time it is. I'm getting the ball to you. I'm running about 9 plays for you. Let's get you going. Why wasn't that something that he did naturally? That's something I would have did naturally. If I had a video game controller, Anthony Davis hurt, all these bigs are hurt, I'm starting Christian Wood and I'm giving him the ball in all of his spots. I'm running all the pick and rolls for him. Bron is going to be making plays for him. That wasn't in our mind, Darvin. That wasn't something that you thought, let's try that. How can Christian Wood be this efficient of a scorer for you through 8 games and you don't start him once, but still, You look at what you do start, and it's the worst thing ever in the first quarter of any team of anywhere, anytime. But you got this guy who can go 3 for 3. In one game, you only give him like 15 minutes. Going 3 for 5 from behind the arc in another game, but you giving the ball to a non-3-point shooter to win the game. Of course, he only gonna want to attempt one shot. When you don't even have a conversation with the man after that, saying that I'm gonna feature you, I should have got you the ball. The only thing I would have did as a coach, this is what I'm doing as a coach after the Miami Heat game. I know damn well Christian Wood should have shot that 3. We should have ran that play for Chris Wood. So this is what I'm gonna do going into his old building where he killed it for the Houston Rockets many times. I'm gonna come to him and say, bro, that should have been, that's my bad. I should have ran that play for you. Tonight we're gonna get you featured to make up for it. Be ready. I'm running this play for you. I'm running this play for you. I'm running this play for you. Even if we bring you off the bench, you're gonna have a whole quarter where you're gonna go off, bro. And I'm gonna make sure you get the ball in each and every one of those possessions. How was that not said? Like, and so that's my thing. If Christian Wood is protesting, it's because people didn't do that. If Christian Wood said, forget it, I'm not going to score because these idiots, they need me, and they're going to know how much they need me when I come out here and only attempt one shot. If that's what he's on, shouldn't there be a conversation before that would make him feel like he should never have to feel that way? Because we're going to get him featured in a game where Anthony Davis ain't out there. Like, this is the type of stuff that just make you want to fire the coach because it's like, yo, his instincts don't even lean into things that would otherwise help him at all. And that's why you get the results that force you into losing because he's doing mediocre stuff. And so for me, I'm tired of him. I'm tired of him, man. My instincts do not tell me to do the stuff that Darvin Ham does when I'm trying to win, man. They don't. Christian Wood's going to end up taking 15 shots on a night like that. Like 15 shots, he ain't even getting off the floor. I'm going to have him playing almost 38 minutes a game without AD on the floor. What am I reserving him for? What am I reserving him for? I'm slapping him next to Castleton for the help on the defense. I'm putting him at the 4 and I'm giving him the ball. Bron's going to get his at the 3. Rui's going to be able to get his, but why am I using Rui at the 4 when I don't have no rim protection? Like, this is stupid stuff, man. Like, real stupid stuff. So for me, it's just like, yo, Darvin, brother, you got about 5 more games to prove yourself to be as incompetent as you've been before I start talking about getting you up out of here. I'm just being honest, because this type of stuff just angers me when I consider it. When I consider common sense and the efficiency of a Christian Wood and the fact that AD and Hayes ain't out there and you ain't giving him the ball. He only attempts one shot in the game. We get blown out by 33 plus whatever points it was. You know what I'm saying? And bro. Nah, you got 5 more games. I give him 5 more games. If we have 5 losses, I want him out of here. Because it ain't just that we're losing. It's this crap that's going on to lead to the losing that I can't deal with no more. Ain't gonna deal with no more. I had a whole frustrating first season with him as a rookie, with him doing a bunch of stuff that I couldn't stand. Running small ball, putting Russell Westbrook with Malik Beasley and freaking, who else he had on the floor? It wasn't Beasley because we hadn't gotten Beasley yet. But putting him down there with all the short players and then giving Bron and AD the front court by themselves and then just coming to run out there and get their butts whipped. It's the type of crap that left us bad on the boards last year. No different now. We still bad on the boards because of that type of mentality. Small ball without any shooters. The only reason why you even want small ball in any capacity is because you're supposed to be able to execute better from behind the arc. If you got a bunch of non-shooters on the floor, why the hell you need them to be tiny, bro? No more. Austin Reeves, D'Angelo Russell, who do you have on the floor? Max Christie, LeBron James, and Rui Hachimura. And you letting them get run out of here by a bunch of athletes, Alperen Sengun and all these different guys, Jashawn Tate, just running past them, man. Green running past them, running the same old plays for interior layups over and over again. I can't tell you how many pump fake Fred VanVleet's made from behind the arc, pump fake pass to the interior, and they lay the ball up over our rim protecting players. I mean, I'm just like, yo, no, Darvin, no, bruh. We are not going down this path again. We are not going down this path again. 5 more games, bruh. 5. and then I'm gonna be calling for him to be fired. Enough, because I don't like what I'm seeing there, man. I don't want to call it what it ain't, or say words that are too colorful, but I don't like what I'm seeing. That's the bottom line. Whether you think it's intelligent play or not so intelligent coaching, I'm tired of what I'm seeing. And I know that we can do better than what we saw against the Rockets. I know a good coach is going to get Christian Wood the ball. He's going to at least make Christian Wood feel like he's not being ostracized to the point where he has to say, you know what, I'm not going to shoot. Let me prove to y'all that you need me. Yes, Chris, we need you. When Anthony ain't out there, when Jackson ain't out there, we need you, bro. We need you to score. You are a scorer. Don't attempt just one shot. To me, that just speaks to protesting, man. I'm not even looking at him. I'm looking at who he's mad at. And it's likely coach who didn't get him the ball. Who let a non-shooter like Cam Reddish shoot the dang last shot against the Miami Heat. And look, I like Cam Reddish on the defensive side, but as I told y'all, man, his offensive game is not where it needs to be, man. His offensive game is that of somebody who probably should be developing somewhere. In China or something, the G League or something. That's how bad his offense and his shot making is. I don't need him taking any shots. I don't want him to have the green light. That light is red, bruh. That light is red. If you're not driving at the rim to dunk the ball, you're passing it. The only shots you need to be taking are the ones that are in practice, bruh. That's where we at. I'm sorry. That's where we at. His shots don't even come. They ain't not even close. They don't have no arc on them or nothing. They break it off the side of the rim. I'm done. I am done with that. I like his defense. His defense is very good. Very good. So I don't have a problem with him defensively. But that's all I need him to do. You play defense. You pass the rock. You dunk the ball. Lay it up. That's it, fam. I don't need no more corner threes from you at all. And I know I'm not supposed to be saying that because you're going to kill a guy's confidence, but it don't matter, man. His shot is bad. He shoots like me. Okay? So unless he's taking 300 threes a day with lethal shooter, he should not be shooting. And if I'm not mistaken, I saw lethal shooter on our sideline. If I'm not mistaken, he was over there. Is he helping Bron? Get him in there with Cam, bro. Get him in there with Cam. Cam needs to be getting up at 5 in the morning shooting threes till 7 in the morning. I'm serious. I ain't never been more serious. You got to work on them weaknesses, fellas. If you want to make it in this league, you got to put in the work. Ain't no way he shouldn't be shooting at least 200, 300 threes a day. Period. And so that's where I'm at with it, man. How much work y'all want to put in, man? How serious are y'all about your careers, man? Because a lot of y'all ain't going to have too many more opportunities to suck, bro. Y'all gonna be in the G League for real. Some of y'all, I'm serious, man. Guy like Cam Reddish, you ain't got too many more teams to be bricking shots and stuff. Nah, you better put in that work, bro. And practice time is so important. I understand that we have passed on practice very recently. I don't know who's spearheading that, but we need more practice, not less. If guys don't want to have bad results for what it is that they're seeing, they can't keep skipping practices. If you don't want to stink, don't skip showers. If you don't want to suck, don't skip practice, fam. Schedule more practices, not less. And for those who are not going to be able to be in practice, well, those are the guys who are probably going to have to get out of this team because you can't have practice with half of your squad. You can't run plays when the players that are supposed to be out there ain't running. We need AD and Bron to be a part of those practices. Bron, I know that you're older. I know you don't need practice, but the people around you need you to be in practice. You got to be there, bro. And I don't know if this is accurate or not, but he needs to be there. And if we scheduling Pat Riley-like practices to keep from being the worst first quarter team in the world, then damn it, that's what needs to happen. More work, not less, man. You're only going to get in what you put out. You know, you're going to get out of the situation what you put in, rather. And I'm telling you, the Lakers are not looking good. They look like they need a lot of practice, man. So I'm of the mindset that even if you got to come down to the practice court for an hour and a half a day, there shouldn't be no days where you don't practice. You know what I'm saying? I'm serious. These guys are professional making millions of dollars, bro. Why wouldn't they want to practice every day to be as good as you want to be? Why wouldn't you want to watch film on your opponent every night? I was listening to Gilbert Arenas talk about that on his podcast. Gilbert Arenas is one of the best players of his generation. Why? Because he studied his opponent. The only person I ever seen outduel Kobe Bryant when Kobe Bryant was hot. And when you listen to him talk about the game, he studied everybody. He knew your tendencies. He knew all that. I'm like, man, no wonder Gilbert Arenas was so damn great. No wonder it translated so well. He's always putting in the work. And so for me, it's like, yeah, man, I want y'all to take a page out of Agent Zero, bro. Start studying more. Start doing more homework. Start putting more into your craft. I know y'all some millionaires, but damn it, it's not time to slack. Austin Reeves. Yeah, I'm talking directly to Austin. Because the way you started this season tells me that you've been enjoying your money. And brother, this ain't the time to be thinking, oh, I'm rich, I'm good, and that's it. It's time for you to be putting in more work. Money ain't why you here, bro. You here because you are good, but you ain't gonna be great unless you put in the damn work. And that part of that starts with the coach and the culture. You put in the damn work. Cause this lackluster basketball I'm seeing, not halfway knowing how to rebound a damn ball with these teams, man. They're working harder than you, LA. That's the bottom line. They're working harder than you. And Darvin, you're supposed to be I know you're a player's coach. You know, I was listening to DTLF. Dan, the Lakers fan, talk about how they want to hire these buddy coaches so they don't have to be held accountable. But all that does is put you in a position to not look as good as you're supposed to look when you come into the basketball floor. If you don't have somebody down there checking you, just like we said in regards to something else, if ain't nobody there to check you, then you think you can't make no mistakes and you're going to execute poorly because you aren't being coached properly. You're not being held accountable to do the work. You ain't being shamed away from the mistakes that you're making, from the bad, poor practice habits that you have. You need to be shamed away from that so you can beat people who are being shamed into practicing more. You ain't fighting against yourself. You're fighting against other teams. And if they're putting in the work, if they're doing the homework, if they're shooting 300 shots a day, then damn it, you're not going to succeed against them in their preparation. So that's my attitude, man. I grew up on Kobe and Shaq. They ain't missing no damn practices. And they was all greater than y'all. Clearly. With the exception of Bron, of course, who is his own guy. But at the end of the day, even he needs to practice if he wants his squad to be any damn good. Or else he's going to look like he did against the Rockets. Practice, please. We deserve it. No more diva ball, man. I don't care nothing about this diva. I'm rich now. I signed my contract now. I don't want to get, it ain't everybody ain't here. So half the team's hurt. So maybe we just wait for everybody to get back. Then we practice. You're going to suck. You're going to suck all the way through. You need to practice more, not less. So I don't know. It's two practices a week. When you see them in practice, they shooting a couple jump shots. Hell no. Y'all need to be sitting down doing homework, working on your principles, working on all types of drills, just like it's AAU, man. And like I said, if the guys we got are too worn out to do that, then swap them out for people who are not. Give me some damn hard workers down here. That's exactly how I feel about the LA Lakers. Because I'm telling you, the fact that they don't is showing in how they play. We got a Phoenix Suns team that we're seeing tonight that we've already beaten this year. Do not come out there and lay an egg. Do not come out there and act like you can just halfway play against this squad just because you've already beaten them. That is a loser mentality that often we display when we're not our very best. From year in to year out, when the Lakers are not very good, they do stuff like that. We can beat them. It's just the Rockets. It's just the Suns. It's just Orlando. It's just a loss. And you keep getting your butts whooped by teams like this. And show up for the Clippers in the second half. Of course, we don't never show up for anybody in the first half. But you start showing up for the teams that you think you're supposed to show up for. With the Kings, even though we lost in overtime, we start showing up for them because we know they're good. A team like Phoenix, I would expect you to think that about them. I would expect that you would be prepared for a Bradley Beal, KD-led basketball team no matter what night it is. I would expect that. Whether Anthony Davis is out there or not, I do not want to see us giving up 15 and 16 offensive rebounds, okay? Period. And I can't get on LeBron James about nothing. He's been great this season. That's the scary part about this. He's been great this season, and we look this bad. Can you imagine if he had a real squad around him, how much better his team would be? You could slap him next to Wembanyama right now. They'd probably be 8-0 as good as he's been playing. Slap him next to Joel Embiid right now. They'd be 8-0 as good as he's been playing. You got him running out there with a bunch of softies who ain't practicing, ain't halfway healthy half the damn time, shooting all bricking off the side of the backboard, giving up offensive rebounds every 2 minutes. Enough. Get these guys off of the floor and put some people in purple and gold that are ready to go. 17 NBA championships, man. Not everybody's supposed to be wearing these colors. You can't just put any old body in purple and gold, man. So yeah, every Laker conversation has been a rant lately. It's supposed to be a pregame video, but this feels more like a rant because I'm sick of my team coming out there ill-prepared and using injuries as an excuse. Everybody has injuries, fam. Not everybody looks as bad as you, especially against the damn Rockets. So that's my attitude. That is my point of view. This ain't about X's and O's. It ain't about doing homework on the other team from my perspective. You do homework on the other team, LA. You the one playing them. For real. You want me to come out here, speak passionately about y'all, get the fans riled up about y'all, and you come out there and show me what I saw against the Rockets. I had a hard time watching even a quarter of that crap. It was unwatchable. And if tonight ain't much better, I'm going to have the same attitude about tonight. I'll be flipping back and forth between what y'all doing and something much more entertaining to me, like watching paint dry. Put a better product on the floor, Genie, please. Please put a better product on the floor. I know you can't make no trades to the 12th, but if these dudes don't look no better than that, we're going to have to get rid of some people and bring in some better back. That's it. Because right now, I ain't feeling none of this. This is garbage. And LeBron James does not have time to be waiting on garbage to get mediocre enough to make the playoffs so he can be bounced in the first and second round. We're not playing for that. That's not what we're doing here. If we can't get him a championship, we're going to have to send him somewhere we can find one, man. We do not drag LeBron James to the ground with us in year 7 of his tenure here. We don't do that. We surround him with the right talent that he should be able to attract based on the fact that he's in LA. There should be no reason with the contracts we have and the good book circumstance we have to be everything should be in value, even though it's losing value by the second. We should still have good contracts that people should want. We should be able to go get him his players. And don't have him out here with garbage. And I'm going to tell you right now, Anthony Davis has a lot of value. I like Anthony Davis. But if I can't count on Anthony Davis to play, I need Anthony Davis to be away. He needs to be returning to something else. A bunch of picks, a bunch of players, people who can make up the team that we need. I don't want to trade him. But this type of crap, it don't hold no value with me when he's not available, man. Bottom line is he's a great player when he's available. When he's not available, he is somebody I could have got a lot for. That's what it always going to be with him, man. And I know his attitude is right. I want to play. I'm going to play 82. But your body ain't, you know what I'm saying? It ain't never going to allow you to do that, bro. It's just not who you are genetically. We got to be okay with that. And unfortunately, we are not when we got a little bit of window to win a championship. We are not okay with that. So that's what I have to say, man. I'm frustrated. I am beyond frustrated. I am disappointed in the way that my team came out. I'm disappointed that the injuries have gone the way they are and we can't seem to get none of these guys back on the floor in time to make things make sense. I'm disappointed that I'm hearing rumors of us skipping on practices and all types of other stupid crap that does not make us better. That does not get us victories. That has us showing that we're one of the worst teams there is in the stats in multiple areas. Your starting lineup is not getting it done, Darvin Ham. You do have to mix it up, sir. You're going to have to change some stuff. You can't have 2 non-defensive guards next to 2 front court players that aren't playing in their position properly. You put that together and you have a bunch of holes in your starting lineup. And the middle piece is the guy like Taurean Prince, who's a career role guy. This is the problem. You got AD and Bron playing center and power forward. That's not what they should be doing. I've been saying that a million times. That doesn't work. You got Austin and D'Lo playing in the front court. Both of these dudes ain't got no athleticism. None. Going up against athletes. I mean, it doesn't work. You can't have all that going wrong at the same time. You cannot. So that's really what it comes down to with that starting lineup. I'm not surprised it doesn't work because it's a bunch of bad. It's a bunch of stuff that should never be slapped together in the first damn place. Not at the same damn time. You put Rui in there and offset that. You put Braun to the 3, you offset that. Now your front court is a bit stronger. At least you can deal with that dynamic with the 2 guards not having any athleticism. But if you don't have strong guards that can stay in front of people and track people around real fast, your back line had better be good at blocking shots, and your middle guy at the small forward bet not be average. Going up against Kevin Durant and Franz Wagner and all these different people we've lost to. So this is what I have to say, man. I want changes made. It don't have to come from trades right now, because we ain't going to be able to make no trades right now. But we do need to make some changes to make this team a lot better than what it is. If we don't do that, we're going to probably lose to the Phoenix Suns in the first game of the end-season tournament. So I hope Darvin has it in his head to make those changes. I hope Anthony Davis feels good enough to play. Jackson Hayes will help us as well. We need that length. We need the rebounding. And hopefully Rui Hachimura can continue to remain as hot as he's been, because if he continues to be on this path, we can rely upon him to score more. And then we don't have to ask AD to score as much. We don't have to ask Braun to score as much. We won't have to ask Christian Wood to not protest Darvin Ham's ridiculousness against him. So that is what I have to say. I believe that game is at 7 o'clock, but I ask that you all check to make sure, because I don't have that information directly in my head. I think it's 7. Our team is better than this, man. And we're better than what we look like right now. Even with the players missing, we're better than what we look like right now. So I just want to see people act like it. Get out there and play with some heart, man. Do not get swept on this damn road trip full of teams that we likely thought we would beat before the road trip started. You get swept, and we're going to have a lot worse things to say than we said right here. My name is BDL44. I thank you all for watching. I'm out.